Welcome to our continuing series, Questions and Answers, from the works of Sri Aurobindo and the Mother. Today, Flowers, Part 29, from the Mother. I had told X about a rather interesting encounter of mine with Ganapati quite a few years ago, and how he had promised to give me whatever I needed, and actually gave it for quite a long time, certainly more than 10 years, and generously so. Then everything changed in the ashram. It was after the war. The children came and we spilled over. We became much more complex, much larger, and began to be in touch with foreign countries, particularly America. And I continued to be in contact with Ganapati. I can't say I used to do a puja to him, but every morning I would put a flower in front of his image. Then one morning I asked him, "Why have you stopped doing what you had been doing for such a long time?" I listened, and he clearly replied, "Your need has grown too large." I didn't quite understand, because he has at his disposal fortunes larger than what I needed. But then, some time afterwards, I had told this to X, who answered me from the height of his punditism. "Let her not be concerned with the gods. I will look after that." It was needlessly insolent. Then I turned to Ganapati and asked him, "What does all that mean?" And I clearly saw it wasn't he who answered, it was Sri Aurobindo. I clearly saw that Ganapati has power only over those who have faith in him, which means it's limited to India. Well, I needed money from America, France, England, Africa. And Daddy has no power there, so he couldn't help. It became very clear. I was at peace. I understood. Very well, he did his best, that's all. And it's true that I keep receiving from India, though not sufficiently, especially as since independence, half of India has been ruined. And all those who used to give me a lot of money no longer do, because they no longer can. It isn't that they no longer want to, but they no longer can. For instance, M was greatly interested in my story about Ganapati, and I saw that there was a connection between him and Ganapati. So I told him, but turn to him, and he will give you the right inspiration. And since then, M has been perfect, really. All that he can do, he does to the utmost of his ability. So all this is very good. I had already had the experience for the sense of smell, the divine vibration, the vibration of Ananda in odors. Just under my window, Nipendra has his kitchen, where every morning and afternoon food is prepared for the children. It all comes wafting up on gusts of air. And when the samadhi tree is in flower, the scent wafts up to me on gusts of air. When people burn incense down below, it comes wafting up here on gusts of air. Each and every fragrance, let's say odor. And generally it all comes while I am walking for my japa. An ananda of odors, each one with its meaning, its expression, its, how to say it, its motivation and its goal. Marvelous. And there are no longer any good or bad odors. That notion is gone completely. Each one has its meaning, the meaning and its raison d'etre. I have been experiencing this for a long time. Disciple. Mother, when flowers are brought to you, how do you give them a significance? Mother. To the flowers, but it's in the same way. By entering into contact with the nature of the flower, its inner truth. Then one knows what it represents. So then, for the rest, it's the same to me. They will do as they like. They first thought of building a dwelling for me, but I'll never go. So it's no use, it's quite unnecessary. And to watch over the islet, it was agreed there would be a small house for H, who wanted to be there simply as a guard. Then R had arranged a whole system of bridges to link that to the other bank. The other bank would be entirely made of gardens all around. These gardens, we thought of 12 gardens, dividing the distance into 12. 12 gardens with each of them concentrated on one thing, a state of consciousness, with the flowers representing it. And the 12th garden would be in the islet, not around, but beside the mandir, with the tree, the banyan tree, which is there. That's what is at the center of the city. And there would be a repetition of the 12 gardens around, with the flowers arranged in the same way. There are now 2 Americans here, husband and wife, and the husband studied there for more than a year the art of gardening, and he came here with that knowledge. So I asked him to start straight away preparing the plan for the inner garden. They're working on it.